Welcome to Marcus Ferrell Live, where we talk about the real stories they don't want you to know. And today, I'm about to tell you how one young black woman outsmarted the President of the United States and never looked back. You know George Washington, wooden teeth, powdered wig, father of the nation. But let me tell you about a young black woman who made him look like a fool. Her name was Ona Judge, and at 22 years old, she looked around at the most powerful family in America and said, nah, I'm out. Ona was born at Mount Vernon. Her mama was an enslaved seamstress. Her daddy was a white indentured tailor. By 10, she was pressed into service as Martha Washington's personal maid. That means she was there for everything. Brushing Martha's hair, sewing her gowns, watching the hypocrisy of freedom-loving founding fathers up close while she herself was owned like property. When Washington became president, Ona went with them, first to New York, then to Philadelphia. Now, Philly had a law that if an enslaved person lived there 6 months, they could claim freedom. The Washingtons knew it, so every few months, they rotated their enslaved people back to Virginia just so none of them could touch that freedom. Imagine being surrounded by liberty while these people shuffle you around like luggage. By 1796, Ona found out Martha was planning to gift her to a granddaughter as a wedding present, a human wedding present. And that's when Ona Judge decided enough was enough. She thought, y'all really think I'm about to spend my life brushing this woman's hair only to be handed down like a in chair? Nah. So one night, while the Washingtons were at dinner, Ona Judge slipped quietly out a side door in Philadelphia. No announcement, no goodbye. Just courage in her chest and a future she wasn't about to let these hypocrites steal. She linked with the free black community, found safe passage on a ship, and vanished north to Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And as she walked out, in her head, one line repeated, I'm out. George Washington was furious. He put ads in the paper, sent the Treasury Secretary, sent his own nephew to drag her back twice. They cornered her years later with a baby in her arms, living poor but free, and they begged her to return. And Ona Judge looked them in the eye and said no. When asked if she regretted leaving, she answered with the kind of clarity that still echoes, no, I am free and have, I trust, been made a child of God by the means. So next time they feed you that fairy tale about the founding fathers, remember Ona Judge, the young black woman who looked at the President of the United States and without a sword, without an army, without money, still won the only battle that mattered. She wasn't just running away from George Washington, she was running toward herself. And she never looked back. That's the kind of story they don't put in your history books, but you'll hear it here. This is Marcus Ferrell Live. Make sure you hit follow on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, and share this with somebody who needs to know the real America.